Equalizer! Big hit, how about that?
How do you like that? Stops the first penalty kick he sees.
It's loose in front of the goal cage, and it's put in! Oh my!
She's going to take another shot, and it's into the back of the net.
Once again, Patriot League champions.
On a cold and rainy night in Baltimore, Maryland, the spot in the Patriot League Championship is on the line. You're watching the 2018 Patriot League Men's Soccer Tournament. It's the number 3 seed, the defending champs, Colgate Raiders, taking on the number 2 seed, the Lehigh Mountain Hawks, the Patriot League Network on Stadium. Here's the bracket. Army and Colgate winning on Tuesday. Army pulling off the upset just a couple hours ago right here at Ridley Athletic Complex. Let's take a look back at it because it was a pretty wild finish. Army the 1-0 winner. 81st minute. Here's Pereira with the ball. He finds his main man, Keenan O'Shea, off the deflection. Army comes to Baltimore, knocks out the number 1 seed. They will have a chance to win their first Patriot League title since the mid-90s. We'll see who they'll face. Should be pretty interesting. With that, we say good evening, everybody. Thanks so much for being with us. He's the 3-time Patriot League champ. That's Stephen Miller. I'm DJ Sixsmith. Stephen, you played for Colgate. Colgate has won it back-to-back. Lehigh hasn't won since 2015. What do you like in this matchup?
Yeah, it's going to be a great matchup, a great classic Patriot League matchup in the old days where it's going to be a battle, grind. Both these teams lead the league with 9 shutouts each. Both are really good defensive teams. So I expect another 0-0, 1-0 game. Apart from last year's 4-4 tie,
yeah, let's just
all the Lehigh Colgate games, 1-0, 0-0. So I expect a tight game.
So defense obviously important. Aramo Legion is the player of the year on the defensive side for this Colgate Raiders team. What's most impressive about him?
Yeah, I mean, he's a specimen. He's a beast back there, wins every single ball in the air. Just a great defender. Coach Ronning said that he hasn't taken him off the field in 4 years. He's played every minute of every game since he got to Colgate in Hamilton, New York. So he can also do it on the offense side of the ball. Scored a big goal to tie it up late against American in the quarterfinal as well.
So Legion really important because Mark Forrest is on the other side. 2-time Offensive Player of the Year in the Patriot League. He's a big dude. What's most impressive about his game?
Yeah, he can score in many different ways. Score from set pieces, score with his head, score with his feet. But probably the most impressive thing is how good he is for his size with his feet. He's a really technical player. Can take guys off the dribble. He's pretty explosive, got some pace. So he really is a well-rounded goal scorer.
Dean Koski said he could probably be a tight end on the football team. 8 goals this year, benched 285 as a freshman. It's about to go down here in Baltimore, Maryland. Number 3, Colgate. Number 2, Lehigh. On the way here on the Patriot League Network on Stadium. Welcome back, everybody. You're watching coverage of the 2018 Patriot League Men's Soccer Semifinal here. Number 3, Colgate. They've won it in back-to-back years against number 2, Lehigh, looking for its first title since 2015. Dean Koski, head coach of this team, longtime head coach of the Mountain Hawks. 2-time Patriot League champion, his 27th year. He's won 233 ball games, and Stephen, he's seen a lot of the Colgate Raiders over the years. He knows how difficult it's going to be today against this squad.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great matchup. This Colgate team is a team that can possess the ball. They can get gritty. They can play dirty. So going to have their hands full, Dean Koski and his crew.
And then on the other side, here's your former head coach, Eric Ronning, 14th year on the job. Colgate grad in '97. What was the best part of playing for this guy?
That's a tough question. No, I mean, he's a competitor. He loves Colgate more than anybody I think I've ever met. He cares about this program, and it's great to see where he's gotten this program, especially over the past few years.
Especially last year, a remarkable run to the Sweet 16. Koski and Ronning embracing right there. They faced off so many times in their careers. And a really intriguing matchup given the young Lehigh team and the much more experienced Colgate bunch. In the goal today is Jacob Harris for Colgate. There he is, 0-0. He's been great this year, 60 saves, 10 wins. 3rd team All-Patriot League. He'll need to stand tall, especially with Mark Forrest.
Absolutely. It's not only Mark Forrest, it's Josh Lucchini up top as well. It's a talented freshman who's takes a little bit of pressure off of Mark Forrest. So he's going to have a big game, step up, prevent those 2 from scoring goals.
As for Lehigh, number 2 seed, they have Will Smith in the net. Smith, 18 starts this year, 66 saves. Best save percentage in the Patriot League. He also has 9 saves. And even though Colgate doesn't have a true natural goal scorer, they're an aggressive offense. He'll have his hands full tonight.
Absolutely. They possess the ball. They get to good spots, and they can threaten with anybody. I think their leading goal scorer is 3 goals, but a goal can come from anywhere, and it makes it a little bit less predictable than maybe a team like Lehigh where most of their goals are coming from Mark Forrest.
These 2 teams played back on October the 3rd. Lehigh, a 1-0 winner in that game. Mark Forrest, the only goal And at that point, Lehigh was 3-0 in the Patriot League. Colgate was actually number 20 in the country. The most remarkable part of that game, Stephen, the defense held the Raiders to just 2 shots on goal.
Yeah, very, very good defense. I think this is going to be a battle. I think it's going to be a defensive effort from both teams and not going to be too many shots, too many chances for either side.
And away we go here in our second semifinal. Winner takes on Army in the championship game on Sunday. And Colgate nearly didn't get to this semifinal after a wild game against American in the quarters. They came back to beat American 3-2 in that one. Stephen, down 2-0. A couple of red cards in that game. They were pretty interesting. That really swung the momentum in favor of Colgate.
Yeah, absolutely wild game. Colgate didn't come out very hot, didn't come out ready to play, is what Coach Rotting said, but went down 2-0, and Keon Alberto scored an absolute rip from outside the 18 to get him back into the game with 5 minutes left in the first half. And from there, American's goalkeeper picked up a red card at the end of the first half, and Colgate pressed, and that man, Aram Olegian, tied it up with a couple minutes left with a great header, and Colgate ended up winning in overtime. So great comeback win. They're hoping to start a little bit faster tonight than they did against American.
And they'll certainly need to against a Lehigh team that's been pretty surprising, probably the biggest surprise in the Patriot League all year long. They were number 1 for most of the year. Actually, were here in Baltimore a couple weeks back, lost to Loyola. But Colgate, as the 2-time defending champ here in this tournament, you got to get through them in order to get to Sunday's championship game.
Absolutely. And as we saw earlier tonight, anything can happen in a game like this. So being a 2 seed doesn't really mean much. Got to win the game.
No doubt about it. This one will go back to Jacob Harris. Here's Christian Clark, first team All Patriot League, All Academic as well this year. See a lot of Kentara Morrison. He had the game winner against that American team on Tuesday, his 2nd goal of the year. So it'll be played all the way up, and Lehigh sends it through. One of the really interesting matchups should be how the Colgate defense handles the combination of Mark Forrest and Josh Lucchini, who are probably the best 1-2 punch in terms of forwards in the conference.
Yeah, and that matchup that you just saw, Olegian and versus Forrest, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, going to be an absolute battle. Definitely a matchup to watch the rest of the way here.
Green's going to play this one back here. Lehigh 9-7-2 this year, and crazy stat there, all 7 losses just by 1 goal. It's a team that's been in every contest this year. Here comes Colgate with its first opportunity of the evening. Kingy will play this one back. When we talked to Dean Koski, he was completely honest with us. He told us that this year's team is less talented than the one that they had last year, but just a bunch that plays really well together. As Lucchini mixing it up there.
Yeah, they're just solid all over the field, other than obviously they have Mark Forrest, stud up front, and great goalkeeper. They just have good pieces everywhere. So they might not be that talented, but they just have solid players all over the field to get the job done.
Here come the Raiders into the zone. Smith steps up, gets 2 mitts on that one. Smith, the 6'4" junior from PA. Not a good look there for Lehigh. A little trouble getting it out. Nick Jennings with some trouble there, and Colgate's going to get it right back. There's Dean Koski right there. It was interesting, when we talked to him about the Loyola game here a couple weeks ago, he just said, flat out, I need to do better as a coach. And he was honest with us in saying that he overcoached in that game, and he just needs to trust his guys a little bit more. This one flipped into the zone. It'll be popped back out. And out of play. Baraki Kingy is going to throw this one in. Guy who played golf, lax, and soccer in high school. Coulter, a good job on defense there for the Mountain Hawks. There's Johnson trying to spin around his defender, but nothing doing there. Kingy all the way up. This will go right back to Lehigh. Nathan Coulter on the throw-in, one of the key leaders of this defense for the Mountain Hawks. Lehigh's last game, a 3-1 win against Holy Cross, and Mark Forrest was tremendous in that game. He had a hat trick, first hat trick for him since 2017. The Mountain Hawks are certainly love an effort like that. Here's Lucchini, great look inside. Here come the Mountain Hawks, and that one goes through. Lehigh on top, 1-0. Oscar Green inside.
Great early goal for Lehigh. Great build-up. We'll take a look here at the replay. Great quick throw-in. Get the ball central. Great turn there. Squares it across. Unselfish play. Pretty basic finish from there. Does well to open up his hips and cut him back. Put the ball near post. What a finish. Dream start here for Lehigh.
Green, the senior from Flower Mound, Texas, second team All-Patriot League. That's his second goal of the season. And his most important one right there to give his bunch a 1-0 lead here in the 5th minute of the game.
Yeah, an unlikely source as well. It wasn't Lucchini, it wasn't Forrest, but you know, that's what it takes sometimes in the Patriot League playoffs. Who knows where it comes from.
And Steven, that was all started by Lucchini. Off the throw-in from Coulter, goes to Lucchini, weaves his way through 2 defenders. That's a freshman making a big-time play there for a senior. That
turn under pressure to beat the Colgate defenders, unbelievable.
So our first semifinal, it took 81 minutes to score the first goal. Here we are 5 minutes into this one. Lehigh already on the board.
Yep, and once again, Colgate finds itself down early in the game.
And this is a Lehigh team that lost Alex Green with an ACL injury before the year. Matty Morana was out for a long time with mono for the first 7 games. So a team that's really had to scrap it together. Forrest has been at the top as a senior. Lucchini has really come on as a freshman. And Coach Koski relying on younger guys and really some unlikely sources as well. And that goal came on the first shot of the game. That's not something that happens for either of these teams too often. We'll get a whistle here as Lucchini hits the deck. Kingy mixing it up with him.
My prediction of 1-0, 0-0 might be wrong. Goal 5 minutes into this one.
Here's Michael Tahiru, freshman from Ghana. Played his high school ball in Maine. Big rip from Coulter. And Lehigh runs out of real estate there. It's a Lehigh team that had 5 players to make the All-League team. 3rd tournament appearance in the last 4 years. And for Oscar Green, 3rd team in 2017, 2nd team here in 2018. And he was just wide open.
Yeah, big time player. I think Colgate got caught sleeping a little bit with that quick throw, and Lucchini again with a great turn in the box and great presence of mind to square it across to a wide open Oscar Green.
And Steven, you were just talking about it. The importance of Colgate starting off games better, and here they are, less than 10 minutes in, already down by a goal.
Yeah, and this isn't a team like we talked about, doesn't have one natural goal scorer. So when your team goes down a goal, it's tough because you look to each other and where the goal's going to come from.
So big pop back over, Johnson trying to make a play on. Sends it out wide, and a little bit too much on that ball as it goes into the bench. It's a Colgate team that's had 14 guys to score a goal, but like you mentioned, really just not a true goal scorer out there. And even in that quarterfinal win, you get a defender that scores, a midi, you know, everybody's just trying to help out here. And this is definitely not the ideal start for Coach Ronning in the semis.
Yeah, I mean, it's great when anybody can score for you, but when this game gets deeper and deeper, you're still down at goal, the team looks to one player. They look, hey, are you going to get it done? Are you going to get it done? So Lehigh has Mark Forrest. Army has Keenan O'Shea. Colgate doesn't really have that guy you can look to, so it's a little bit tough for the confidence. Yeah, a goal can come from anywhere, but there's no confidence in one specific player.
Here's Colgate coming the other way. Coulter was there. The Raiders have a great look now. Kentara Morrison, number 19 right there.
He'll be targeting Legion on this one for sure. Scored a couple big goals off set pieces this year and last year.
So in game one, we saw Loyola with 10 corner kicks. They couldn't convert any of them. Let's see if Colgate has a little better luck here in the 9th minute of this one, down 1-0. Johnson sends it in, going near post, and it'll stay on this side. He was looking for Oliver Harris right there.
Yeah, Colgate loves that one low-driven ball to the near post, try to flick it through to a runner on the back stick.
Johnson lets it rip. Nice job by the Mountain Hawks to clear that one out.
But he's like,
We'll send it back to the goalkeeper, Harris. Lets it fly. They'll scoot over the head of Coulter there. And off the foot of Johnson. Colgate team that had just an unbelievable year, its best year in its program's history, going to the Sweet 16. And Stephen, as an alum, you were there for those tournament games, just must have been incredible, especially to see where the program has gone from when you guys were winning Patriot League championships to now a program that's competing in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, that was always the goal for us. You know, we always wanted to compete, we always wanted to play in NCAA tournaments, but we never won a game in NCAAs. So last year, Colgate sneaks into the Patriot League tournament, goes on an absolute run, makes the NCAA tournament, and then upsets UMass, upsets Michigan, both on the road, and got to play in the Sweet 16 at Louisville. And it was just unbelievable to see where this program has gone.
Forrest taken down on the far side. And Lehigh will have it here after Forrest pops back up. Aaron Legion right there. Let's take another look.
Yeah, Forrest just gets that touch, big touch pass on Legion. It's a good foul. Needs to take it at that point. He's committed himself.
There's Forrest, Patriot League Offensive Player of the Year. Second best in the conference this year with those 8 goals. Here come the Mountain Hawks.
Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. No serve, no serve.
And this one will fly over the cage. Patriot League merchandise and championship apparel is available at patriotleaguestore.com. Log on today and get the gear you need to support your favorite Patriot League school. With Stephen Miller, I'm DJ Sixsmith. Semifinal action between the number 2 seed Lehigh and the number 3 seed Colgate. Oscar Green with a goal in the 5th minute, and that's the difference right now here in the 12th. And Stephen, what are you noticing so far from Colgate for these first 12 minutes?
Yeah, I think they're finally settling into the game a little bit, getting a little bit more possession. This is a team that likes to possess the ball, likes to control the ball, control the tempo of the game. Sometimes they lack some creative ideas when they get into the final third, which is why they sometimes struggle to score goals. But their game is predicated on keeping the ball, possessing it, and going from there. So they're going to start finding their way into this game and hopefully creating some attack.
Here's Stevo Bednarski clearing it out. Legion. Big one in the air there for Johnson as he lost his footing. Colgate in the maroon unis, Lehigh in the whites. Coach Koski very pleasantly surprised with his Lehigh Mountain Hawks. When we talked about this Patriot League tournament, he said it's not about who's the best team, it's about who brings the most energy. And when we think back to that first game, Army clearly brought the most energy against the number 1 seed Loyola.
Yeah, so often in Patriot League tournament, it's all about energy. It's all about battling and who wins most duels and who wins, who does the job defensively and makes a play. At the end of the day, who's going to make a play? And Army was able to do it so far. I think, obviously Lehigh scored a goal. They've done a good job of getting pressure on the ball and limiting Colgate in the first 13-plus minutes.
This will be an opportunity for the junior midi, Kentaro Morrison. Plays it over to the side. And Colgate's going to get nothing out of that opportunity.
Yeah, wasted opportunity. Good idea. It was on play, but a little bit of a slip up there. Would love to get a service in the box to you big guys, big targets from coming in from the back.
He was looking for Ryan Bellavance. And it looks like after a long night of rain, maybe just a little bit of rain, but much lighter compared to that first game. Smith drives this one near the midline. Here's Kingy. Kingy with pace. Gets through the defender. Now it's Morrison. In the box, Johnson, nice rip there. But Smith on time.
Great effort there by Johnson to shield off his defender, get a shot off. Good power on it too. Right at Will Smith. Probably not going to beat him from there.
Smith punts this one away.
Coach Ronning says that Johnson's one of the best target forwards in the league. His hold-up play is great. You can see it right there. His ability to use his body, shield off a defender, and get to goal.
Johnson, 6'4" from Sweden, 13 All Patriot League selection here in 2018. Lehigh controlling this one, 15 minutes into the semifinal. Kingy near side. Plays it up ahead for Morrison. Now a two-man game. And Coach Ronning talked about this Lehigh team. Said they're a really talented bunch, good on set pieces, and we'll really have to keep our eyes on Lucchini along with Mark Forrest. As Harris, the goalkeeper, gobbles that one up. Bad pass there, taken away by the Mountain Hawks. Trying to get it to Lucchini, but Jennings a little bit short there. Kingy for Morrison. This one pushed ahead and out. That was Bednarski right in the middle there for the Mountain Hawks. Here's Tim Oberg, senior from Bethesda, Maryland. A little bit of a homecoming for him. Senior captain, second league All-Patriot. Second team All-Patriot League. Lehigh doing the job defensively so far in this one. Up ahead, here's Lucchini, the freshman. And knocked out by Allegiant.
These two Lehigh forwards really putting pressure on Colgate back four. Good defending there by RM Allegiant. Cleared out for a corner. Another set piece opportunity though here for Lehigh.
First corner of the game for the number 2 seed Lehigh. And Mark Forrest, the senior, will take it. Forrest bends it in. Forrest will get it here.
I don't know how I feel about a 6'4" forward taking my corner kicks. And I'll get him in the box as a goal scorer. Probably your best threat in the air, and he's out taking the goal or the corner kick.
Yeah, it's a great point. Dean Koski says that Mark Forrest, faster than you think, soft feet for a big guy too. Maybe somebody you want in the middle of the box. We'll keep our eyes on that as we go forward in this game. Colgate trying to get something started, trailing 1-0 here. 18th minute of the semifinal. Kingy for Janssen. Nice sleight of foot there. Lehigh the other way. Forrest inside. Nice job there from Colgate.
You can see what Lehigh's doing. They're winning the ball, and they're breaking out with their two forwards, just taking off, trying to counter quickly. They're generally more of a direct team. Colgate's more of a possession team, but Lehigh's strategy of breaking on the counter has been working so far.
Legion, Harris, and Clark, the 3 first-teamers for Colgate this season. Kingy will push that one forward. And it'll be sent back to Smith. Smith with a big right foot. And out of play. Colgate back line that ranked 13th in the nation in the regular season in goals against average, 20th in shutout percentage.
I think a yellow card was just issued to Bellavance from Colgate. Not really sure why. Didn't see what happened there.
Here comes Morrison. Morrison with speed. There'll be a corner here.
Morrison's a great attacking player. Coach Ronning said that he hasn't really had the stats this year, but he felt like if he scored a goal, he was going to keep scoring, and he scored the game winner against American in the quarterfinal on Tuesday night. So Coach Ronning's expecting a lot from him. Hopefully he can get on the board and tie this game up for Colgate.
And Stephen, you were correct. That was Ryan Bellavance with that yellow card. So he's got to be careful.
Yeah, it may have been dissent, and that's an outside back. He's getting in a lot of duels, getting in a lot of challenges. That's a tough card to take this early in the game.
Janssen inside, and that one just wide.
Great effort off the corner kick. Really good look, best look so far for Colgate.
That was Christian Clark trying to head it in. Let's take another look.
Great service, great effort to get her head on it, just past that far post.
6'3" junior from Houston, Texas. Goalless this year, first team all Patriot League, 3-time all academic team member as well.
Yeah, he's a solid player. Great pairing, him and Olegian back there. Don't give much up.
Off the chest of Clark there. Forrest tried to get ahead on it. Up ahead from Morrison. Now the back line controls.
It's a really good look by Oliver Harris, though. Turn the middle of the field, looking to swing the ball out the other way to Morrison. That's what Colgate has to do to spread this Lehigh team out, get the ball isolated on the flanks, and then attack from there.
Eric Ronning telling us it's a very close-knit bunch. They know each other's strengths and weaknesses. But right now, just 2 shots for Colgate in this game. 1 shot for Lehigh, and that's been the difference. 3 corners for Colgate, 1 for Lehigh, and 3 fouls for Lehigh and 2 for Colgate. Here come the Raiders into the offensive zone. There's a chance here. Morrison just outside the box. Morrison for Janssen. Great save from Smith. Second opportunity, and it goes home. Colgate, the equalizer there. Oliver Harris, the senior.
What a goal, team goal. Great build-up to get into the attack. Morrison with a great ball into Janssen. Unlucky not to finish. Great save by Smith with a rebound. And a heck of a finish there on that rebound.
Let's check this out again.
Great ball out wide. Gets his head up, Morrison. Takes a guy on, slips it through to Janssen on sides. Tries to slot it through, rebound bounces out. And a great finish there, tie this game up.
Smith did it once, couldn't do it again. All tied at 1 in the 21st minute here in the first half. Colgate right back on the attack. Here's Harris.
You can see Morrison's quality just on the sideline there. Beats a man, beats him again, cuts inside, plays a good ball into Harris, earns a corner kick.
Now, is this just a Colgate thing? I mean, these guys know how to flip the switch.
Yeah, I don't know. When I was back there, we didn't really have games where it didn't come back in too many games, to be honest. But this Colgate team, you know, over the past couple of years, had a lot of deficits and come back in a lot of games.
So here's another corner. It'll be Janssen going far post. Good defense there from Lehigh. We'll go back to the number 2 seed.
Yeah, one thing about this Colgate team, like I said, they've faced deficits. Obviously, Tuesday night down 2-0 against American. Last year's semifinal game here against Loyola, down 2-0, came back and won. Last year NCAA game down 2-0 at Michigan. I think it was a number 13 team in the country. Came back, won 3-2. So I don't know if it's senior leadership or what, but they have experience in these games going down, and they never give up. Never out of the game.
Morrison has been active here in the first half. Mountain Hawks collected to Hiru. Forrest, or Lucchini that is, swarmed initially, knocked out of play. Coach Koski's had Lucchini really fast, makes great runs, he can finish. A really nice compliment from Mark Forrest. Johnson gets this one here. Jennings, bad pass, and a turnover. Here come the Raiders. Morrison, and deflected in front.
That's how quickly Colgate can get to goal as well. Turnover by Lehigh. One pass, you're in goal.
Steven DeLeo right there, number 16, all the way in. Regathered. Then Morrison, not enough juice on that baby.
Yeah, I would have liked to hit that a little bit better, but earns a corner out of it.
5 shots now for Colgate in this first half. Janssen bends it in on the deflection and out.
You see how much more confidence Colgate has after they scored that goal. Team of momentum.
That's kind of what happened against American. They needed just that one goal. Suddenly a whole different team was out there.
A little bit of a wake-up call, giving up that one early.
And you could really go one of two ways. You give up a goal in the first 5 minutes of the game, that can knock the lights out. Instead, this is a resilient program, a resilient bunch, and here they all tied at 1.
Yeah. Better give up a goal 5 minutes in than later. Got 85 minutes to get one back.
Very true. 6th corner of the first half. This one doesn't make it into the box as Kingy regathers. Colgate keeps it in. And that blast in front, deflected. Here's Kingy again. Colgate setting up shot. Petro deflected that one off a defender. He'll get it back here. Sophomore, just 5'6", smallest guy out there. Very important player though for this Colgate team in the middle. There's Morrison. Finds Janssen. And Colgate right back into the corner.
Yeah, that's a really good attack by Colgate. Morrison, great recognition to see Janssen go out wide. He checks inside, receives the ball on the turn. He can then drive at defenders, slips the ball outside of Janssen service and get a corner out of it. It's well built.
Here comes Janssen with the big right foot. Looking far post. And Smith gets that one. Busy first half for Will Smith of Lehigh.
Yeah, he's been good so far. Obviously difficult to give up a goal off a rebound, but nothing he could do about it. Point blank shot. Did well to save that first one.
Too much mustard on that pass there. It'll go back to the Raiders.
Take a look at Colgate. They usually set up in a 4-2-3-1. Kind of transitions into a 4-1-4-1 offensively with Oberg holding as their center midfielder and DePietro getting higher. But it really favors them because they can get numbers forward and find those entry passes central to build then out wide to get service into the box.
Dawson Berger will get it after the foul there from Janssen.
You look at Lehigh, they're in a pretty classic 4-4-2. Your back four, your midfield group with Jennings holding, and then your 2 stud forwards up top.
Good ball here in front to Hiru. And off target. A couple freshmen out there. Tahiru, one of those guys. Berger, who just sent it through. Of course, we've told you about Lucchini. Koski is sophomore, the coach's son. Bednarski is sophomore. A lot of underclassmen getting their first real playing chops here in a semifinal in the Patriot League tournament.
Yeah, it's a young team, and sometimes young players play with nothing to lose, as opposed to seniors who, one and done possibly. So definitely great for Lehigh moving forward in the future, but they're looking to go out right now and win this game.
This one will go back to the Mountain Hawks. Bednarski on the throw-in. And right back to Colgate. So just like that American game for Colgate, not a promising start. Eric Ronning said his team really worked to get back in it. Same thing they've done here tonight in Baltimore. Raiders work this one out wide for Morrison. Into the corner, Kingy. Coulter right up in his business. He'll stay with the number 3 seed. Colgate 10 wins this year. Fourth straight year with double-digit victories. Morrison sends it through, and over the net it goes. Looking to hook up there with Harris.
Really good delivery. That's well done to defend. Knock that over the top for a corner kick.
On the ground, we get a whistle.
Give it a penalty?
Let's see what the call is going to be.
He's going to talk it over with his linesman. I think, yeah, he gave a penalty. We'll see what he says.
Nolan Coulter can't believe it. Mark Gorak is our referee. Will Atten, Ben Pilgrim, the assistants. Let's take a look here.
Ooh, I don't know. That's a little bit soft, I think, for me. Definitely gets the ball first. His trailing leg comes through. But hard to give that in the box, especially in a game of this magnitude.
And Koski can't believe it right now.
They say that a foul is a foul anywhere on the field, but a foul in the box isn't always called a foul the rest of the field.
So it's going to be right in there for PK. All tied at 1, 30th minute. Harris and Smith, mano y mano. Harris already with a goal in the game. Trying to put his team on top in the Patriot League semifinal. Harris buries it. Colgate on top, 2-1.
Great penalty there. Hits it with power in the corner. Nothing Will Smith can do about it. Guesses the right way and still can't get close to it.
Aubrey Harris' second goal of the game. Here was the penalty. Right on the back leg there.
I don't know. Still uncertain on that call, but he steps up. Absolutely blasts in the corner. Nothing Will Smith can do about it. Great penalty. And now 2-1 lead for Colgate. Lehigh's got to come out of the shell a little bit.
That one in the 31st minute. And after Colgate scored a season high 3 goals against American, here they are in the first half already with 2 goals on the board. Lehigh trying to come right back. Looking for Lucchini there. Colgate now with 6 shots on goal. Lehigh just the 2. Raiders with 8 corners, Mountain Hawks with 1. 4 fouls on each side, and 2 saves for Lehigh, none for Colgate. And here's Forrest again taking another corner.
Yeah, I don't understand it, but maybe he's the best set piece taker on the team.
Bends it through, inside, and this one will get out of play.
It's a good ball. Jacob Harris does well to come out, punch that out for another corner kick. A lot of numbers in that box. Really difficult to work through traffic there if you're Jacob Harris. Does really well to knock that ball out for a corner.
Forrest back to the other side. 8 goals, 5 assists here in his final season as a college player.
Yeah, he's close to setting the Patriot League record for points, career points. He's over 100 right now.
Outside the box, here's Forrest. Into the middle, and right there is Jacob Harris. Mark Forrest, 41 career goals. Colgate outshot Lehigh 7-1 since that opening goal. All the momentum right now with the Raiders. So like you said, Stephen, Forrest is 4 points shy of becoming the all-time Patriot League leader, 3 points shy of becoming the Lehigh all-time leader. So depending on how this game goes, depending on if Lehigh can get to that championship game, just a few things to consider. And what could potentially be the last game for Mark Forrest in his storied Lehigh career, but still a lot of time left in this one in the latter part of the first half.
Yeah, it's definitely a guy who wants to extend his career. Not for himself, for the team.
Here he is right on cue. Looking to get his teammates involved here. Did a great job by Kingy to clean that one up. There are your career goal leaders. Forrest, 2 back of Andrew Bittendorf. And Bittendorf is just held up in very high regard in Lehigh history.
Yeah, 3 Lehigh guys, top goal scorers in the league history.
Unbelievable.
Bobby Newman from Colgate's got to be close on that list, though.
Here's Kingy on the deck. Here come the Raiders once again. DePietro looking for Janssen. Morrison on goal. This one flicked out of the zone.
I've been really impressed with Colgate's ability to find pockets of space and turn and drive at the back 4 of Lehigh. They're finding really good spots in between the back 4 and the midfield 4 of Lehigh and able to turn on the ball and slip balls through.
Here's Clark. Sends it ahead. Good idea. And now Colgate will inch closer to the net here in the 33rd minute. Got a sub here from the Raiders.
One for Colgate, number 9, Abdel Sanago.
I think it was Sonogo checking in. I think up until today, he was tied with the team lead in goals with 3. They scored all of them in a game, a hat trick earlier in the season.
That's the amazing thing, is that the leading goal scorer on this team had 3 goals, and this is your 2-time defending champ.
And now Harris has 5 after the 2 tonight.
Inside, this one popped out of the box for the moment. Now sent away by the Lehigh back line. We'll get more subs involved here.
Going for the Raiders, number 27.
Coming in here will be
Lucas
Lescano, junior forward.
Yeah, it's a like-for-like swap with Janssen up top. He's a good target player, good hold-up player.
Lucchini with a couple defenders draped all over him. Morrison, nice job to come back there and pitch in defensively. We were talking to Coach Koski. It was interesting how this Lehigh team has developed. A lot of time this year, they're playing with almost 9 defenders back there, just given the success of guys like Lucchini and Forrest. They've changed things up, tweaked things a little bit. They'll certainly have to make some adjustments. Down 2-1 here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of easy when you have 2 great forwards like they have to sit guys behind the ball and not give much away. But being down 2-1, they're forced to come out of their shell a little bit. They're forced to attack a little bit more from the back. So Dean Koski has said, you know, they haven't gotten the production from their midfield they would have liked this year, but first goal of the game comes from the midfield. So, you know, they're going to be looking to get their midfielders forward a little bit higher to support those 2 stud forwards they have.
Oscar Green, the only goal for Lehigh, came in the first 5 minutes. 2 Oliver Harris goals for Colgate. That's where we stand right now, 2-1 in the semifinal.
It's a great ball sprayed out wide. Just can't keep it in.
Blaze Melanek was trying to get there. He's number 12 for Lehigh.
He's a dangerous player coming off the bench. Definitely brings a little spark off the bench for Lehigh.
And he's a guy's a sophomore. Last year as a freshman scored a goal against Colgate. Certainly very familiar with this team. Raiders with some numbers going the other way. Kingy. Guy that does a lot on both sides of the field for Colgate. Kingy makes his move, he gets taken down. And that's Nolan Coulter right again, the junior.
Yeah, that one, first look, I thought that was a foul. Looked like he had him beat. Great step over to beat him around the outside, getting ready to serve that ball in. But see if we can take another look at that one. But definitely looked first time that like it was a foul.
There's Alberto, number 5, standing over the ball. It was his goal that sparked the comeback in that quarterfinal on Tuesday against American. Morrison moving out there as well. Opportunity to really create some separation here. Morrison, the rip inside, and it flies out.
Great opportunity there. I thought that was going in. Well-driven ball to the back stick, and Luigian beast in the air. Just can't put it on frame. Take a look here. Great ball to the back post. Does really well to climb the ladder and get ahead on it. Just needs to direct that back across the goal. Try to put it on frame from there.
And really using Bednarski there for Lehigh for even more of an impact.
Yeah, that probably could have been a foul.
Smith will send this one off on the ground. Coulter plays it back. Young Mountain Hawk team in a hole here in the semifinal. A bad turnover there from the Mountain Hawks. Senior group for Lehigh. It's won 45 games. A couple Patriot League championships, that Sweet 16 run. Just remarkable what they've been able to do. And this one will trickle out. That was Uwe Omoragbe, senior from Albany, New York. Now Alberto will get it on the corner. Just a freshman. He's had a ton of scoring opportunities. Finally got his first goal in the quarters. Inside. And Lehigh has really had to work defensively here for the majority of the first half.
Yeah, Kian Alberto, his goal in the end of that first half against American really brought them back into the game, gave Colgate life and that confidence to go in the second half and get the equalizer and eventual game winner. But I think without him, that goal from distance, probably 25 yards out on the volley, Colgate's not playing tonight.
Saw Coach Koski, all he can do is look on right now. He's been in so many of these Patriot League tournaments. He's won tournament games as the lesser team. He's lost as the better team. I mean, you know the situation from your days playing in the tournament. Your senior year, Your guys had a great team, didn't quite work out. You come back for your 5th year, maybe a little bit of a different mix. You guys make it back to the tournament. You never know from year to year how it all goes down.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talked to Steve Nichols last week about it, and he said, you just don't know. We probably are the most talented team, but same thing last year. We got upset, and same thing happened earlier tonight. Just anything that happened in the Patriot League playoffs, it's crazy. I've been on parts of teams that lost games we should have won as a higher seed, and I've upset teams as well. So it's really exciting. The parity in the Patriot League is great.
Forrest had a foot on it for the moment, but lost his footing. We'll get a whistle here. Colgate was coming back with furious pace the other way.
Pretty clear foul there.
Vescano called for the foul. A little bit under 9 minutes to go in this first half. Lehigh trying to tie it up. Here's Forrest. Flips it back. Looking for Lucchini. Olegian right there, though. And then a great pass ahead here. Vescano. Swings it through. And too much on that one for Harris. Stephen, you mentioned it before, just a guy that needed to step up for Colgate, and it's been Oliver Harris here in the first half.
Yeah, Coach Ronning has had nothing but great things to say about him. He said he's probably the player that stepped up the most this year. He said he's an unbelievable player. He's really coming into his own recently. So obviously 2 goals already, first half, but big goals for Colgate, and maybe he's the guy they look to for the rest of the season.
Here's the senior Forrest. By the way, with Harris, you mentioned it before, 3 goals coming into this game. All 3 of those goals were scored in Colgate wins. There's Kingy. He's had a nice first half for the number 3 seed. Tootin plays it back. Melanek. And not on the same page there as his teammate Green. So, Stephen, what's changed for Lehigh? I mean, they had that great start, ton of time defensively. What are you seeing right now from the number 2 seed?
Yeah, I think it's more what's changed for Colgate. They've been on the ball a lot more. They've been attacking. They've been a more threatening team. And Lehigh hasn't had the ball as much and hasn't been able to find Mark Forrest up top or Josh Lucchini up top. So I think they need to build a little bit more, get the ball a little bit higher up their midfielders, and look for more penetrating balls to their playmakers. That's the biggest thing, getting the playmakers involved in this game.
Coming up at halftime, we'll join Morgan Uber back in the Patriot League studio. She'll have an exclusive interview with Fox Sports studio host and former Colgate soccer star Rob Stone. It's all coming up in just a few minutes, right here on the Patriot League Network on Stadium. Harris will get a breather here. What a tremendous first half for him. 2 goals and great play on both sides as Harris knocks this one near the midline. Sent ahead for the Raiders and into the bench. Winner of this one will take on the number 5 seed Army in the championship game on Sunday. This ball is going to stay with Colgate.
Getting their bigs forward for a long throw, last set piece of the first half.
Sonogo's going to have to throw in here. Big running start. Olegian in the middle of the box.
10, 9,
Final seconds.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
And the first half comes to a close with Colgate leading 2-1. All because of that man right there, the senior Oliver Harris. 2 goals, including 1 on a penalty kick. And after 45 minutes, the defending champs are a half away from getting back to the championship. Much more to get into. It's halftime here in Baltimore. Great first half. Lehigh the only girl, Colgate with 2. You're watching the Patriot League Men's Soccer Tournament, the Patriot League Network. Halftime here at Ridley Athletic Complex. It's the number 3 seed Colgate leading 2-1 on the number 2 seed Lehigh in Baltimore, Maryland. Welcome inside the press box, everybody, alongside Stephen Miller, former Colgate stud. I'm DJ Sixsmith. So Colgate down 1-0. The comeback scored 2 goals. What stood out to you the most in the first half?
Yeah, the fact that there were 3 goals. 3 goals more than I expected in
Seriously.
that first half. But, you know, dream start for Lehigh getting that early goal. Josh Lucchini, great ball over to Oscar Green and a great finish. And then Colgate bounces back like they do all the time. And Oscar Harris, 2 goals. Oliver Harris, 2 goals. And they're up goal going into halftime.
Yeah, let's take a look at those first half highlights. Really a lot to look into. And it all started in that 5th minute. Here it was right here.
Yeah, it's a
Lucchini
great turn on
setting
the
up for
ball,
Green.
rides the challenge, gets his head up, and this is not an easy finish. He gives him the hips a little bit, cuts it back near post, great finish off that near post.
So Colgate down 1-0, and we talked about in the first half, they needed somebody to step up, and Oliver Harris did the job.
Yeah, it's just a great team goal, great ball by Morrison to slip it into Janssen. Janssen's shot blocked, finished by Harris.
And this was the call of the first half here. Penalty kick comes right after it. Coulter couldn't believe it. Neither could Koski.
Yeah, still a questionable call. I'm not sure, but Harris makes no mistake about it. Slots it into the corner with power, giving them a 2-1 lead going into the second half.
Here are your stats right here. Colgate 9 shots on goal, 9 shots overall, 4 shots on goal. 2 saves for Lehigh, those 9 corners. How about Oliver Harris, his first 2-goal game of the season, only had 3 goals coming into this one.
Yeah, need to get goals from somewhere. Oliver Harris really stepped up first half.
Moments away from the start of this second half, and away we go. Colgate 45 minutes away from getting back to the championship. Your 2-time defending champs leading at 2-1 here at Ridley Athletic Complex. We saw a 5 beat a 1 a couple hours ago. We'll see if a 3 has enough to beat the 2.
And he was just kind of shaking his head. Same look all the other guys had.
Here comes Lehigh. Trying to start things off early. It's Green. Tahiru inside the box. Good defense from Colgate. And Morrison comes away with it. Petro playing it through. Morrison with some space. Out wide. And misses.
And action early in this half, huh?
Yeah.
Lehigh did a really good job build up. I think Green could have turned and maybe gotten a shot for himself. But Colgate hitting him on the counter. And Alberto just duffs his shot a little bit. I think he needs to go across the keeper, going for the far post there. You miss across the keeper, he makes a save. You have a chance of a rebound tap in. You shoot near post, keeper saves out for a corner kick. So the idea should probably be go across to the far post there.
And Steven, I wonder, you played in the Patriot League tournament a couple of different times. How much of an advantage do you think it helps Colgate having already played a game compared to Lehigh playing for just the first time here on this Friday evening?
Yeah, I mean, back when I played, there wasn't a quarterfinal. So there was only 8 teams in the league. BU and Loyola weren't in the league, so we never had that. You were just playing against in semifinal. But I think there is momentum for sure. You saw it last year with Colgate's run, just to even get in the tournament and then win their quarterfinal and then win semifinal and final. But Lehigh maybe haven't played in a week. Colgate coming off an emotional 2 comeback win, so definitely I think it plays into it.
Colgate's defense standing tall here in the first couple of minutes of the second half. Up ahead for DePietro. And a whistle here for the foul.
Yeah, he's tugging him the whole way there. Does a good job getting his body in between the ball and the defender to draw the foul.
That's the freshman Nick Jennings right there playing in his first Patriot League tournament game. Back post, inside, great save from Smith.
Big time save there by Smith, keeping him in this game.
That was Christian Clark right in the middle there, the defender all the way up.
Yeah, after a great delivery by Kian Alberto to that back stick.
There's the corner here. It's going to be Freddie Janssen. Third team all Patriot Leaguer sends it in. Near post. Knocked out there with the gloves by Smith. Alberto keeps it in. Janssen looking for the cross inside. And a takedown in the box, no call. And Lehigh able to get this one here.
More appeals for penalty there, huh?
Yeah. Played back to Smith. Drills it all the way over the midline. Lehigh had a great first 5 minutes in that first half. Trying to get back to that place right now. Ahead for Lucchini. And a big time collision there as we get a whistle. That was Christian Clark right there. Here's another look.
Ooh, yeah.
Head to head.
Head to head collision.
Clark, the junior from Houston, Texas. A couple of assists this year. We'll take a look at him. And he's going to take a seat here. Especially with that head-to-head here. You know, that's that one moment in soccer where the concussion conversation really comes to the forefront.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've changed the rule where now anytime there's any head injury, you can stop the referee should stop the game immediately. And it's definitely for the better of the players, better of the game. We'll be coming back on, though, I'm sure. He's a tough guy.
Colgate will get an early sub as a result. And one of the things we were talking about at halftime was that Colgate really used its bench. Raiders have the depth. Lehigh just one substitution in that first half.
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes down to Colgate has, what, 10, 11 seniors on their roster, so, and I think they start 6 of them. So definitely have that depth to bring off the bench and keep your legs fresh for the rest of the game. So definitely an advantage, Colgate, in the bench department.
Big ball in the air looking for Forrest there, knocked away from him. Kingy in a fight. And this one's going back to Colgate.
Yeah, Lehigh's playing a little bit more direct this half, but when they played up balls forward to their forwards, they need to get their midfielders up in support behind the ball for those knockdowns and win the second balls and attack from there.
Here's Harris with a big boot. Lehigh collects, but this one's going right back to Colgate. Alberto right in the middle there. A goal, 5 assists, 7 points in his first year at Colgate. And Christian Clark right back into the contest for the Raiders.
Yeah, he's a guy who's just been so solid his whole time at Colgate. Definitely a guy that might not get all the accolades playing next to our Legion, but definitely a solid defender.
That's a Legion right there. Put too much on that pass, and here's Lehigh right now. Trying to tie this game up 2. Bednarski trying to weave his way through, couldn't do it. Steven, when you look at this game, one of the big differences, the clean and crisp passing from the Colgate Raiders and a little bit of a miscommunication at times from the Mountain Hawks and some of their opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been the most impressive thing, I think, over the past few years that I've seen with Colgate. They have guys that can play, they can possess, they can keep the ball, sharp with the ball. And I think the Patriot League has gotten a lot better over the past few years with the addition of Loyola and BU to have teams that actually play soccer as opposed to just battle and grind out results and play for set pieces. So Colgate's definitely stepped up in their play, and you can see it tonight. And Lehigh's made a couple mistakes at the back that have cost them, but this game's far from over.
Here comes Alberto. His team already up 2-1. Was looking for DeLeo. Morrison keeps it in. Morrison curls it in. Ball in front. Harris, already 2 goals in the game. He has that one sent back.
Counter's on here.
Here come the Mountain Hawks. Forrest all the way out near the midline will play it back. Coulter the big swing. Oligi misplayed it. And then a Mountain Hawk upended.
It's a big time tackle. I don't know if that's a foul. Looks like he runs through the ball, but maybe he runs through the player as well.
That's Forrest right there. Let's take another look. Just a foul there.
Yeah, heavy touch. Yeah, I guess he comes through the ball. Gets the man first and then the ball, but just a heavy touch from Luigi. And pleading this case, doesn't think it's a foul.
Big opportunity for Lehigh. Off the set piece, Lucchini. And into the secure arms of Jacob Harris.
Not a bad effort. You'd like to see Lucchini head that ball back across to his teammates inside the box. Tough though, off balance. Hit that ball back across.
Raiders will get this one back here. Out of play off the foot of Coulter. Raiders regain possession. Colgate defense had the best goals against mark in the entire conference. They actually held 3 opponents without a shot on goal this year. That's how great their defense was. There's Eric Ronning right there looking on.
Yeah, I think in Patriot League regular season play too, they only gave up 2 goals, and 1 was a penalty. So a lot of shutouts in league play, and obviously script changed when they played American, giving up 2 goals early and again tonight. But they're a really, really good defensive team.
And Eric Ronning telling us these guys know how to win big games. Like you said before, Stephen, they've dug themselves out of holes multiple times. They show no panic. And, you know, a lot of that is due to the experience that they've had the last couple of years.
Yeah, absolutely. Senior leadership definitely helps at this stage in the season.
Tahiru couldn't get a foot on it there. Alberto throws this one ahead. Here's Morrison. And Lehigh regains possession. Mountain Hawks 2 Patriot League championships in their history, 2000 and 2015. And all 7 of their losses by just 1 goal, and here they are right now in a 1-goal game. And a whistle just before the box. That was Oliver Harris creating the opportunity.
Great opportunity here, set piece from about 20, 25 out.
Let's take another
and
look.
Splits the 2 defenders, gets pulled back, yep, chip from behind. Got a little bit of the ball, but that's that Coulter again.
He's been right in the middle of everything.
Exactly, exactly. Not happy with the calls that have been made tonight. Janssen's going to stand on this one, probably smash it at goal.
.6'4" senior from Sweden. The drive blocked in front, second opportunity, and that's wide. Just over 10 minutes gone by in the second half. Colgate clinging to a 2-1 lead in the semifinal. Winner advances to the championship on Sunday afternoon. We'll be right here on Stadium. And that Colgate bench is hyped right now, given the way their guys are going line to line.
Yeah, you can tell they want this one. They're licking their chops with Army and 5 seed in the final. they think they can get it done tonight, they'll get it done on Sunday.
Here come the Raiders with numbers. And a nice poke there. Forrest gains control. They need something special from him in the second half. Keep their season moving.
He just hasn't enough touches on the ball up top. He keeps coming back for the ball, which is great, but they need to find a way to get some possession and build up and get him in dangerous spots.
Petro was looking for Janssen. Sent a little bit too far wide. Nice job there from Tossenberger.
One for Lehigh. Number 22, Sam Steinberg.
American University serves as the host for the 2018 Patriot League Women's Volleyball Championship. Starting on the semifinals for Saturday, November 17th, with the championship game on tap for Sunday the 18th. All contests available on the Patriot League Network. Check out patriotleague.com for more details. With former Colgate Raider Stephen Miller, I'm DJ Sixsmith. Colgate leading 2-1. Lehigh looking to change that here in the 57th minute. Here comes DePietro the other way. Smallest guy on the field leaves it off for Morrison. This Lehigh defense has really had to work here in this contest. Colgate has been aggressive. They've taken advantage of their opportunities. And here they stand with a 1-goal lead. Forrest and Olegian going after that one.
You can see the strategy by Lehigh. Once they win the ball, they're looking to hit Forrest and Lucchini on the run in space. Colgate's done a really good job of keeping them in front of them, not letting anything in behind.
And you think about just clean looks for these guys. Really, besides that first 5-minute look for Lucchini right here, number 19, he hasn't had the ball unless multiple defenders are around him.
Yeah, they're running out of ideas a little bit. They're playing direct, but they're not getting the support underneath, so it's really difficult with two beast center backs that you're playing against, you know, to maintain the ball and play higher up the field.
Colgate team that's played a really tough schedule this year, went to Denver, nationally ranked team, tied that game.
And missed a penalty in overtime for the win. Could be in a top 5 team.
Here's Lucchini. Lucchini into the box. Colgate all over it. Kingy rips it away. Janssen and Morrison playing the 2-man game. Morrison's got a man on the other side. Back to Morrison. Alberto the rip. And right into the arms of Smith.
Really good counterattack there for Colgate. It's really important that they don't just sit back and defend. You know, there's too much time left in this game. If they start switching, start getting a little bit complacent, just content on defending, they're going to absorb pressure, and Lehigh's going to get themselves back into this game.
Remember, Lehigh beat Colgate 1-0 in the regular season. But Colgate, a team that's won 6 of 7, playing with momentum as a 2-time defending Patriot League champ. DePietro sends it through for Janssen. Too much on that one as Teuton sends it back. Good job by Alberto to keep it in. Pinballed around for Green, the only man with a goal for Lehigh tonight. Here's Forrest, leaves it off for Green. Good ball movement here from the Mountain Hawks. Green off the deflection. And Forrest ran over that one.
Decent little combination, but you see where Forrest is receiving the ball. It's out on the touchline, out on the flank. And he has to do a lot of work to get back inside.
Janssen blasts this one ahead. Finding Morrison. Junior from Tokyo slips to the deck. And then both players fall there. And Steven, taking a look at some of these numbers, Colgate 13 shots, Lehigh just 3 shots. Colgate 10 corners, Lehigh 3. Lehigh 10 fouls, Colgate 8. They've really just dominated every aspect of this game.
Yeah, after that first 5 minutes, they've absolutely dominated. This is probably the most confident I've ever seen any Colgate team play.
Wow.
They're doing really well. They're still attacking. They're still going at it. They want it, and you can see how happy they are to have the ball and attack.
Tootin sends it ahead. Long drive. There's Forrest in the box. Trying to draw a foul, but to no avail.
Yeah, it's something to think about as this game presses on. This referee might be looking to equalize this game with a penalty the other way. You know, gave up possibly a soft one in the first half. These Lehigh players, they get touched in the box, they might be looking to go down early.
And it's like in football when you throw it 40 yards down the field looking to draw that pass interference. Same sort of thing.
Yep, absolutely.
Got a couple of subs here. Coach's son, Trevor Koski, comes in for Lehigh. Morrison's going to take a seat for Colgate.
Number 6.
Janssen will check out as well.
And for Colgate, number 27.
Stephen DeLeo back in there, number 16 for Colgate.
Number 16, Stephen DeLeo.
Alberto just near the midline there. Kingy playing it ahead. A little give and go there. Mountain Hawks get it. Here comes Forrest. And that pass just a little bit off the mark for Lucchini. And this one just trickles out. Berger on the restart, one of the key freshmen this year for Lehigh. Tahiru trying to win possession. Freshman from Ghana gets it back. Forrest gives chase. Kingy right there. And now Harris with a big right foot. And Kingy definitely hobbled after that one. You could see him, number 23. He took the worst of that with Forrest. Stephen, when we talked to Coach Ronnie, he said Lucchini, Forrest, they're the keys. They've been bottled up so far. Lehigh really good on set pieces. We haven't seen anything from that yet. Colgate has played this one exactly the way they've wanted to so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And Coach Ronning said that Lucchini and Forrest are probably the best 1-2 punch, forward punch in the league. I think that Luigi and Clark are the best 1-2 center backs in the league. So great matchup so far. Lucchini obviously had a hand in the first goal for Lehigh, but since then they really haven't had anything going forward.
Allegiant and Clark, both first teamers on the All Patriot League team. No goals so far in this second half. 2 Oliver Harris goals the difference right now for the Colgate Raiders. His first came off a rebounded shot, 21-44. And then less than 10 minutes later on that PK, the 31st minute. And we were talking about that Denver game before, and Coach Ronning was basically saying his Colgate team went up against the best forwards in the entire country. That helps you tremendously when you're playing in the Patriot League because you've seen the best of the best, you know you can hang, and it's not the same level of competition. Lehigh, a very good team, but not a nationally ranked team like Denver.
Yeah, and that forward, I think he has 20-plus goals this year. Unbelievable. He has more goals than a lot of the teams in this league. And they shut him down. You know, they battled that game and probably could have won it. So those games that definitely prepare you. Playing against top quality players like that, it prepares you for games like this where the pressure's probably a little bit higher, but maybe the level's not quite there.
Morrison lost it off the shoe there. And it was great when we were talking with Coach Koski, because he remembers when you played in the Patriot League, and that opened up into a much larger conversation just about the state of the Patriot League, even from when you played. You graduated in 2011, just to see how different the league is. So what is the biggest difference in your mind just in terms of the style of play and the league overall?
Yeah, I mean, I just think overall the quality of soccer player has improved in the U.S. So teams like Colgate and Lehigh and all other Patriot League teams are getting players that can play. Whereas in the past, it was probably more of a gritty game where you had a bunch of athletes that weren't necessarily the best soccer players. But Coach Koski said he thought it started with Americans' entrance into the league, and then teams started, building better stadiums, better fields, so you're actually able to play on them, and it's not just a dogfight. So I'm definitely impressed with where this league's going, where it's come from. I wish I played in it now, as opposed to 10 years ago. But it's a much different league, but still have that basic, defend first mentality.
There's an opportunity here for Lehigh. Great defense from Colgate. And a big-time collision. Stevo Bedarski right there, along with Steven DeLeo there for Colgate.
Yeah, just a little bit late to the ball. Big collision there. Both of them are going to be feeling that one.
There sends this one all the way down. 68th minute, Colgate a 2-1 advantage, trying to get back to the Patriot League Championship after winning the title in each of the last 2 years. Morrison comes away with it. We play on. Bednarski slips it ahead. Bednarski will have to throw in here. Here's Lucchini. And we'll get a whistle here.
It's a great range for Forrest. He hit one here against Holy Cross from the same distance, up and over the wall, near post. Definitely has some confidence on free kicks.
8 goals on the year for Mark Forrest. Needs one to tie things up in the Patriot League semifinal. Colgate looking to build the wall and prevent that. Forrest cranks off the wall. And DeLeo just tapped that one out.
It's been better for Lehigh recently, though. Definitely getting the ball higher up the field, maintaining some sort of possession.
Forrest looking for somebody and nobody home.
Yeah, Lehigh's definitely finding more entry passes into the attack. They're, splitting that midfield four for Colgate, playing balls a little bit in front of that back four, with the ability to turn on it and then take your chances from there.
Imagine what Dean Koski is thinking right now. Last time he was on this field, tough one against Loyola Maryland. Overcoached a little bit, didn't put his guys in the best position. And here he is in the 70th minute, desperately looking for that equalizer. Foul here on Colgate. Zarin Tootin, the junior from Texas. Set piece opportunity. Tooting the big boot. Forrest gathers in the corner. Forrest looking up top, and a great save from Harris.
Well done by Jacob Harris to come grab that ball under pressure.
Clark trying to get that one away. Nice challenge there from Lehigh.
Yeah, Legion's complaining because I think Lucchini came from an offsides position, forced him to play the ball. It's always a questionable one. It's a little bit subjective there, whether you should call him offsides or not.
Sonogo in. Omaragbe in there as well. Alberto pops this one up in the sky. Tim Oberg on the throw in there. Senior captain from Bethesda, Maryland. Berger clears it out. Just a couple of shots for Lehigh in this game, not much since those first few minutes. Colgate's defense has been outstanding. And we knew how good the Colgate defense would be coming into it, but boom, first 5 minutes, young team makes an impact in the Patriot League tournament. Thinking maybe things are going to be a little bit different. Hasn't been that way. Raiders have really locked things down.
Yeah, and Coach Ronning said that bad start against American, another bad start tonight, but again, probably a wake-up call for them. And obviously confidence builder to get back into the game with a goal in the first half, but they've been great so far since that goal.
This one's going back the other way. Foul on Forrest.
Yeah, Lehigh hasn't had many threats since that goal 5 minutes in.
Mark Forrest has worked so much on his dead ball shooting and his regular ball shooting. Really soft feet. One of the most talented players you'll see in the Patriot League, but it really has been a whole bunch of Raiders keeping their eyes on him tonight.
Yeah, but with a guy like that, all it takes is one play, one opportunity. He's a proven goal scorer, and that's what's great about having a guy like that. We talked earlier, down a goal, that's a guy you look to for a goal.
Takeaway here for the Mountain Hawks.
Needs to get a little higher up the field there.
Mountain Hawks push. Colgate out shooting Lehigh 14-5 in this game. And Colgate gets it back. Stephen DeLeo right in the middle there. Legion. Colgate has controlled the tempo. Their bench has been loud the entire game. And Lehigh right now is trying to piece things together late in this contest.
Yeah, 15 minutes left. Lehigh has to look to make a tactical change. Maybe go to 3 in the back in the next 5 minutes or so, but need to get more numbers, more pressure higher up the field.
Sam Steinberg on the throw in here.
Number 6, Trevor Koski.
Koski's going to enter.
And for the Raiders, number 10, Freddie Johnson.
Johnson back in there. Showing off the leg strength right there.
I think it's a good sub, getting Johnson back into this game for the last 15. He's a guy who hold the ball up really well, who'll draw fouls, will allow the defense to get up into the attacking half. Just a good player to have on your team in the last 15 trying to protect a 1-goal lead.
Oberg was looking for the call there. Here it is again. Watch this.
Yep, ball's already out of bounds. Probably should be talked to, but ball's already out of bounds for throwing.
Oberg right back into it. Getting a little chippy out there here.
Yeah, Lehigh needs to be careful because every single foul is going to take 30, 45 seconds off the clock. So they're just wasting their own time.
That's Mbawale right there, the sophomore.
Lehigh needs to not foul and need to keep the ball in bounds.
The ref space is saying, listen, I let you push before. Here's another one. A little bit of a makeup call.
Yeah. Good position, though, by Oberg. He has his body between the ball and the defender.
Come on, Tim, let's go, buddy.
Sophomore going up against a senior. Guy who knows how to play those games in Oberg.
Yeah, and that's one guy Coach Ronning said has really stepped up this year. Senior captain has just been huge. He play as a holding midfielder as he played to start this game. And he played as outside back as well.
Come on, Steven, come on, Steven.
Up ahead of the field, here comes Lucchini. Tracks it down. Mbawale. Didn't get a ton on that one. DeLeo pushes it forward.
Yeah, the delivery just not good enough there for Lehigh. Got to give your guy, Mark Forrest, a chance in the box.
On Colgate, number 6, Ryan Bellavance. And for the Mountain Hawks,
Bellavance comes back in for the Raiders.
Michael
Yeah, a little senior getting back on the field, replacing the freshman at left back.
Come on, Freddie, get big, come on.
Time not on Lehigh's side right now, trailing 2-1 in this game. Getting near that 80th minute.
Yeah, they'll start to pick it up, start to feel the pressure a little bit, but again, one play changes this game.
And you just have to wonder, Stephen, for a team that has lost so many times in one-goal games, you just have to wonder how much that plays a factor in a moment like this, down by a goal, the biggest game of the year.
Yeah, I think it's just a kind of a reflection on how they are as a team. They don't score many goals, they don't give up many goals, so you're going to play a lot of one-goal games.
And when people will look at this game, they'll think about that PK that came in the first half, but quite frankly, it's a Colgate team that really has done everything else needed to be in this position.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it's a fair result if it were to stand. I think Colgate deserves it, but we saw earlier, a team that deserves it doesn't always win.
Yeah. And a lot can change, too, just the blink of an eye. There's Eric Ronning. He's been in this situation many times.
A little bit calmer now than he was a few years back when I was playing in these games.
I think you get a little bit of a more peaceful demeanor as you grow in age, right? This one flipped ahead. Here's Lucchini, the freshman.
That's what Colgate cannot do. You can't give set piece opportunities to this Lehigh team. They're big. They're good on sets. It's dangerous opportunities that Lehigh has not been producing from the flow of play. This is where they're going to be threatening.
Oscar Green scored in the first half. Here he is. We'll keep this one on the deck. Lucchini ripped down. No whistle. This one cleared away by O'Legion.
I thought he was going to give it. I think he's gonna look to give one. It's a close call.
Coach Koski wanted it.
Yep.
Getting close there as we enter the 80th minute here in the semifinal. Lehigh needs something to happen.
Really good defending there, not give away a corner.
Throwing on the far side now for the Mountain Hawks. Off the throw-in. And one of the best defense in the country has come to play tonight in Baltimore. Got a corner now.
Yeah, I just misplayed that one. Should probably go with his left foot as opposed to his right foot. Cleared up the field, but another opportunity here for Lehigh.
It must be just the year of the defense for Colgate. Football team top 10 in the FCS polls. They've given up 23 points total this year.
That's crazy.
This defense, only 1 goal so far. Forrest on the corner. In front. Ooh, and that one just skipped away from Lucchini.
Wow, that's the best opportunity they've had all game since their first goal. Did a really good job to hit it clean. Had that man on the back stick just to poke it in, just a little bit too much power.
Let's take another look as Colgate gets a couple subs here.
Yeah, great ball to the back post. He's open, coming back to it. Does a really good job to keep it low and almost directs it on frame.
All Coach Koski can do is watch right now, just hoping his guys can get the equalizer they need. Keep this one running. Forrest with a header. Pop back for Oberg. Here's Green. Lone goal of the game for the number 2 seed. Tahiru. Centers it. Big drive, and it flies high.
Yeah, it's better from Lehigh, though. It looks like they've adjusted their system a little bit, going maybe to 3 in the back, and still allowing their right-sided center back to get forward.
That was Trevor Koski right there.
Yeah, it was a great effort from distance. Would hope he can keep it on frame there, but not a bad effort.
Harris lets it fly.
Get up, BJ. No foul, no
Johnson
foul,
trying to gain control. And going back to the Mountain Hawks. They need to hustle now.
Colgate needs to still get pressure on the ball. They can't just concede, can't just give up 70 yards of this field.
Bednarski on the throw-in. Johnson gets it, draws the foul.
It's well done, well done. Kills another 45 seconds.
Knock it in, boys. Go back post, go back post.
Oberg pooches it into the zone. Alberto has it here. Johnson fending off the defender there. Lehigh gains control for the moment. Forrest all the way in his own zone. Big shot ahead for Lucchini.
It's going to be a red, I think.
Could be the call that we were waiting for all game long. Let's see what the call is going to be.
Yep, red card.
Wow.
Last man back, clear goal scoring opportunity. He had him wrapped. He was going to goal, pulled him down.
So it's all on Josh Lucchini right now, freshman from Wexford, Pennsylvania, 3rd team All Patriot League.
It'll be a long 6 minutes here for Colgate. Down a man.
Down a man. Now set piece opportunity from the outside.
Missing their defensive player of the year as well for the last 6, and if they advance to the final.
A huge impact on just one play. Legion cannot believe it. And that's the thing. You think about just this game, but then they win. You go against Army. Suddenly it's a whole different game. But we'll leave that conversation for a moment. That's a red card on your senior right there. Off the set piece. Towards the net. Harris is there.
Yeah, not the best delivery there. Ball's floated way too high, way too easy for Harris to come and collect it.
And there's a Legion just
Yeah,
beside himself. Right
he's
now.
crushed. He's crushed. Potentially the last game. Didn't think it was going to happen, but possibly the last game he'll play as a Colgate Raider.
So Colgate playing with 10 men right now. Less than 6 minutes to go in this one. Smith rolls it through.
Come on, Freddie, you gotta work. You gotta work there.
So Steven, what's the move here playing with 10 guys for Colgate? How do you adjust?
You drop, put somebody in for Legion, 4 in the back, 4 in the midfield, 1 high to put pressure higher up the field. So you're in a 4-4-1 as opposed to a 4-4-1-1.
And just absolutely crushed right now.
Yeah. Giving so much to the program, probably the most successful player in Patriot League, in Colgate history, as far as number of wins and minutes played.
85th minute. Lehigh needs a goal in the worst way.
Yeah, Colgate's.
This one will stay in play here.
Colgate needs to stay compact. Still need to press that line up. They're giving up a lot right now. The ball moves backwards. They should shift up with it.
Here come the Mountain Hawks. Big boot ahead. Looking for Lucchini. Harris gathers.
Well defended.
Colgate comes away with it. And a whistle here on the wraparound as Morrison hit the deck. Let's take a look back at that red card. A season-altering and potentially career-altering play here.
Yeah, he has a step on him, just wraps him up, pulls him down. It's, you argue, is he not going directly to goal? But I think in that juncture in the game, you have to give a red card there. He has him beat.
Defensive Player of the Year out right now with the red card. Here's Colgate. Look inside for Janssen. This is not where you want to be right now if you're Lehigh. Lehigh gets it back here on the turnover. Ball flipped in. In the 88th minute of this one. Smith steps up. He's going to need a big boot. Lets it rip. Back to the other end of the field. Look in front. Cleaned away. Then pop back. Smith comes all the way out. Another big kick. Here's Janssen. Now to Petro. Alberto plays it for Morrison. What a move from Morrison. And that one gets knocked off of Morrison.
Yeah, it was really good to get down the line, take it inside, and you could hear Coach Ronnie yelling corner, take it to the corner. Just try to kill off a couple more seconds in this game.
A couple of subs here in the final moments for Colgate, trying to hold off Lehigh and get back to the Patriot League Championship. Smith sends it in. Here comes DePietro. DePietro looking to put it on ice. And he hits the post. DePietro misses, we play on.
That would have sealed it there. Oh my God, what a play. And Lehigh's still in this game.
Forrest for Lucchini. Lucchini ripped down, no call. DePietro could have dribbled it out. Instead, he went for the one to put it away. Couldn't convert, and here we go.
Yeah, you have to take that chance there, though. Have to go to goal. It's unlucky to hit that post.
Under a minute to go. This one blasted all the way to the other side and into the Colgate bench. We'll send it back to Smith. 40 seconds to go. Smith, the big boot. Lucchini missed the header. Green trying to get there. Ball stays in. And then sent out. 20 to go.
Oh, when they stop the clock, kicking the ball away, giving us a set piece with 18 seconds left on the clock.
Wow. Little things like that.
Yeah, we guys got to get the keeper in the box. Throw everybody forward. Nothing to lose at this point.
And here comes Smith right now. Yep. This is your season right here. Colgate playing with 10 men after the red card from Allegiant.
I mean, somebody's got to be open in that box.
Here it is.
Just mishit the service. Got to get that.
And they'll get a corner.
10.
Final
9,
10 seconds.
8, 7.
Quick curl.
6, 5,
in front.
4, 3.
Colgate stands tall.
1.
And that's it.
0.
Raiders are moving back to the Patriot League Championship. They survive 2-1 and take care of business against Lehigh.
What a game. What a game. Great first half, a lot of excitement. And right when you think things are going in Colgate's favor, pick up that red card late, and a couple of hairy moments there at the end of the game, but got it done.
So it'll be the number 3 seed going up against number 5 seed Army. The game that Colgate will try and win his 3rd straight Patriot League Championship. As our bracket is set, Colgate and Army Lehigh season is done. What a season for them. And Stephen, they lose their 8th game by just 1 goal.
Yeah, it's tough, and you feel for a guy like Mark Forrest. He's a great career, one of the best in history, but tough to go out that way.
So we thought Colgate would be there. Didn't think it'd be against Army. Army and Colgate Sunday right here, 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll have the coverage on Stadium.
Yeah, 2 teams that are really hot right now. Really good. Really fighting their way through this bracket, so it'll be a great matchup. And again, Colgate's without their star defender. It'll be an interesting game and great matchup on Sunday.
Oliver Harris, the star of this game, 2 goals in the first half. He was the difference maker. Aaron Maligian has been the guy all year long. He won't be in the next game. Colgate wins it 2-1. We'll be back for more in just a moment on the Patriot League Network on Stadium. Welcome back to Baltimore, Maryland with Stephen Miller. I'm DJ Sixsmith. What a night of soccer. Colgate survives 2-1, but bittersweet. Patriot League Defender of the Year, Aaron Maligian, will not play in that championship game on Sunday.
Yeah, as you said, bittersweet for sure. It's a cruel game sometimes. This is a guy who's given so much to the program, picks up a red card with 8 minutes left in the game, and he can't play in the championship. But Colgate more than happy to be going back to the championship, and they're planning to extend his career.
And here's how it happened here. Red card called on this play. Lucchini was going for it. And what do you think of the call there?
Yeah, I agree with it. I think, anywhere else on the field, that's not a red card, but last man back and 8 minutes left in the game, that's going to be called. That's going to be given. So can't really fault the ref there, but Colgate was good enough to hang on, and they have a chance to play for a championship and extend his career.
Let's take a look at our bracket now. Army beats Loyola 1-0. Colgate 2-1 over Lehigh. Our championship on Sunday. And amazingly, 2 teams from the quarterfinals on Tuesday meet in championship on Sunday.
Yep, get hot at the right time, you have a shot. And both these teams are feeling good, feeling confident, and looking forward to that game on Sunday.
Congratulations to Colgate. Raiders advance to Sunday's final, a 2-1 win. They'll take on Army Sunday at 2 Eastern for the Patriot League title right here on Stadium. Coming up next, it's Campus Insiders. For Stephen Miller, I'm DJ Sixsmith. For more live games, replays of classic games, and daily original studio programming, visit watchstadium.com. Search Stadium in your local channel guide. Good night from